Today in class we are going to cover the 9.PCH.1.1 content. Of course, this is the beginning of our new unit, the PCH unit, which is Personal and Consumer Health. The first objective is all about our decision-making processes because of the fact that in the United States, most of the leading causes of death can be prevented because of the decisions we make. We make decisions every day, like when we leave our house, when we get up in the morning to take a shower or not, to eat breakfast or not, to ride the bus or not, to drive yourself, to ride with a friend, to wear a seatbelt, to not wear a seatbelt. We make many, many decisions every day. And some of these simple decisions can be life-changing, and some of them can change the fact whether we make it home or not at night, unfortunately. Of course, like brushing your teeth, of course, is another good decision, and things that are automatic, like when we wake up, what is the first thing you automatically do? Part of your morning routine, you feel like you really don't make a decision, but you do. Like my morning routine consists of taking a shower every morning, washing and drying my hair, making my coffee, packing my lunch, and then coming to school. I feel like I really don't make a lot of decisions, and honestly, I do. It's just part of my routine. When making a decision, we should go through the decision-making process, and there are actually 9 different steps to go over. And I have, of course, 3 PDFs open for you guys to view, and we're going to review them right now as a class so that we can make the best decision possible. Of course, like we have decisions that are simple, like brushing our teeth, taking a shower, but then we also have decisions to make, like whether people turn to drugs and alcohol, whether people make a stance to not use drugs and alcohol, to better themselves and lead a long, healthy life. So, of course, the decision-making model process, like I said, it's 9 steps, and here are the 9 steps. Number 1, of course, is to simply identify the decision that needs to be made. You want to gather relevant information from reliable sources, is step 2. Step 3 is list out your possible choices. Step 4 is list the positive and negative outcomes of each choice. Step 5 is to determine the possibility, who could be possibly affected by your choice, Step 6 is determine who is influencing your choice, like are you making an independent decision, or other people around you going to be affected, or is this like a group decision? Step 7 is decide which choice have the most positive and the least negative. And then step 8 is act upon your choice. So make that whatever decision has the most positive, that's the one you should choose. And then step 9 is after you have made your choice, evaluate it, how the outcome came. Was it the right decision, or was it something you should not have done and chose the other outcome? In life, of course, we have a lot of serious health risks that no matter youth, adults, these behaviors a lot of times can lead to illness, injury, and of course now in your life and even in the future of your life. So these risks for youth, of course, these are just there are many more, but these are just the highlighted ones and the major ones. Of course, these behaviors that contribute to unintentional injuries and violence, so basically doing things impulsively, using tobacco, using alcohol or other drugs, sexual risk behaviors, of course, having an unhealthy diet, and of course, having physical inactivity. These risks doing these things are going to put you at risk for serious health complications either now and of course down the road, because if you, especially like an unhealthy diet, it may not affect you now because you have a high metabolism, you're active, you're doing what you're supposed to, so you may not have issues like high cholesterol or diabetes, but you continue that throughout a lifetime, and maybe in 20 years, you're going to be faced with those problems. So I'm going to go through the example of making a decision. So we're going to use the decision like if somebody should smoke cigarettes or not. So step 1, once again, identify the decision that needs to be made. So to smoke cigarettes or not is my first one. Then where can I gather relevant information from reliable sources? Of course, I can get information about the risk of smoking from textbooks, doctors, websites, Of course, I have specifically .gov and .org websites because they are more reliable usually than a .com website, because .gov and .org have to be certified and are fact checked, and not all .com websites are. So then I gather my relevant information, and then I'm gonna think of 3 possible different choices. So choice 1 would be to smoke cigarettes. Choice 2 would be to not smoke but use vape or use e-cigarettes. And then choice 3 would be to not smoke at all. So then step 4, I'm going to break down a positive and a negative for each one. So a positive for smoking cigarettes, I might fit in with a certain crowd of friends, but a negative outcome would be lung cancer down the road. If I chose to vape or use e-cigs, of course, the positive would be I'm not actually using tobacco, but the negative would be there's still a lot of heart and lung issues when people vape. And then choice 3 is not smoking. And of course, that is positive choices would be a healthy life, good heart and lung function, no breathing issues. And then of course, negative outcome would be it might exclude me from a group of friends because I'm not smoking, and they may not like the fact that I don't fall into their peer pressure. So step 5, who is going to be affected by my choice? Of course, definitely me. My family will be affected. My friends will be affected, because if I decide to smoke, my family may not approve of that. They may not agree with that. They may be worried about me, and the same with my friends. So who would be influencing my choice? Of course, this is pretty much going to be the same for any kind of decision you make. And of course, the media influence us, our friends, our family, role models. And then step 7, what choice am I going to do? I'm going to choose not to smoke at all. And then step 8, evaluate my choice, and I'm going to choose not to smoke anything. And the reason why I'm not is because it helped me lead a long, healthy life, and I don't want here's the kicker, I don't want friends who pressure me into doing things that I'm uncomfortable with. So that is how you're going to break down a decision-making model. For your assignment today, you're going to have to break down your own decision as well. So you have those 3, like I said, these 3 PDFs to review, as I have just gone over them with you. And then the assignment today is, of course, PCH 1.1 assignment. And you're going to open the Google Doc. And I also have another assignment video instruction if you need it that breaks it down more again in this actual document. But I'm going to open it quickly and review it with you. So, of course, using this decision-making model, and if you don't, like I said, you don't remember it, here it is. You can leave it up on another tab. Determine how to maximize your overall your control over the prevention of one of the following. And you're gonna choose from skin cancer, lung cancer, HIV, influenza, the coronavirus, which is COVID, an STD, asthma, diabetes, or heart disease. So then you're gonna go through these steps and fill out the sheet basically just like we did right here. Of course, if you have further questions on this, how to complete this format, there is, like I said, this video right here breaks it down into more detail. But like I said, go ahead and get started on this assignment, because that is what you're going to finish out the rest of class.